about 6'4", slim to average build. Look for those pink swim shorts. Thank you to Orchard Farms Fire Department and their dive team, QEM Fire Department, Missouri State Highway Patrol, DNR. Everyone was out here today. I know there were a lot of people last night, just concerned citizens who just got on their boat last night and just came out to help. So thank you to everyone. Let's see if we can find this young man so his family can have some answers. We are ChaosDivers, a sonar search and recovery dive team who navigates the waters with the hopes of providing answers to the families and loved ones of those that are missing. With the love and support from all of you, as well as the backing of law enforcement and first responders, we've been able to help families nationwide. For more information on how you can help us on our journey, please check out the description below. The easiest and the best way is to like, subscribe, and share our content. Thank you. Last night, when Jacob and I were driving home, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I'm part of River Bill's boating group. And all of a sudden, there was a post that popped up that said, anybody who can help, we have a missing kid in the river. So anytime there's a missing kid, like you're gonna kind of pay attention. And I'm not saying that he's not a kid. This very tragically, probably, his life has ended at approximately 17 to 20 years old. So I was following the post. There were people that came out here last night. So what had happened is around 9:30, 9:45, there were 3 friends, we believe, out here somewhere. Now there's been a couple different stories, but from what we understand is that they were kind of on this sandbar up here. They were just walking along shallow water, and all of a sudden there was a really deep hole, or it dropped off, and all 3 went under. Unfortunately, only 2 surfaced. So with that, they do know that the one didn't come back, again, from this general area. Last night, there were people out here in droves, boats, drones, people walking the banks, the islands, things like that, searching for this kid. The only things that we know is that he's about, I believe, 6'7", slim build, and he was wearing pink swim trunks. They haven't released a name yet, but that for us doesn't matter. We just wanted to come out and help. So I checked River Bill's boating group again this morning. There was some more information put out about where exactly he had went in at, where they've kind of searched. I believe they're saying that this is like 522. I'm not sure if that's the mile marker or the island, because this island's 524 and then this island's 523. So I'm not sure how their numbering system works over here. We are in between just past Alton. We've actually put in at the Grafton the Grafton Public Boat Ramp, searching this area. We did talk with OEM or QEM Fire Department. They had been out here, so we spoke with them a little bit. They had told us that the story that they had been told is that the 3 young ones were on a raft and it just got pulled under, which could also very well be a possibility. There are some pretty strong undertows on the Mississippi River. Right in here, the Mississippi and the Illinois River all meet right in here and then split again. So they do have their swift water rescue. One of them are in the water right now. So we're trying to stay back a little bit, but just see, 1, if we can assist them in any way, but 2, we're also kind of scanning all of this area. I do know last night they searched this chute here and this chute right over here where this splits around this island. They searched those pretty heavily. People were back out again this morning. We've seen several people out on just John boats searching. There's, nice big Baja boats out here searching. I mean, everyone's coming together. So the boating community, the marine community is a whole different thing to be a part of. So, grateful that we can help. It looks like they are pulling their swiftwater rescuer out of the water right now. Yep, he just hopped up on their boat. So we're gonna keep scanning, keep sonaring. Not sure if they had found something or somebody had seen something, but we're gonna keep searching in this area and see if we can provide any answers. from my understanding, the family does believe that at this point it is a recovery and not a rescue, that they just want their son home. So if anyone out here is able to find him and provide that to the family, we are incredibly grateful to them.
We had the Orchard Farm Fire Department out here, state police, but more importantly, we had Chad Lombardo with the Orchard Fire Department with us. He was one of the Swift Water Rescue team members. He went with us. We checked some spots they looked at on the sonar. Didn't see anything. We haven't seen anything that has resembled a person on the sonar yet. So we thought we'd seen something, and then we couldn't get it again. So we're out here still searching.
Okay, so we had, I believe it was QEM or OEM Fire Department in the beginning. We spoke with them. They were really, really great. Gave us some more information. We spoke with Orchard Farms Fire Department. We even had their diver with us. Even the Missouri State Patrol came to us and said, just kind of talked to him about, have you seen anything? Nope, not yet. And then before he left, he said, do you guys need anything? Is there anything that you guys need? We told him no, we're pretty self-sufficient. We have the ability to dive and everything. So, he let us know that he was going to be heading out for the evening. Orchard Farms, they had to head out. They had reached their 10 hours. I think that they, probably their shift limit. But everybody out here has been so fantastic as far as any kind of law enforcement or first responder agency. They've been absolutely fantastic.
They also had the conservation officer that they're traveling up and down the river.
Yeah, DNR's out here, conservation officers. When we put in at Grafton, there were 2 or 3 trucks there, all with different, trailers on them. So, and we've seen them back and forth through here. We are going to make our way up this cut of the river around this island. I believe it was Orchard Farms that said when Coast Guard put the floats in, they were kind of traveling this way. Orchard Farms, and myself included, were kind of reading the river a little bit differently on the travel, but we are going to check this out just in the event that, if he did get carried over a little bit further, he did get caught into one of those kind of little eddies out in there in the middle, he did get pushed this way. We are going to check this area. We did have the drone up earlier. You guys can see that footage. Just again, kind of scanning the banks, looking at that sandbar. Where that sandbar comes out, again, there's been multiple different stories. They were on a boat and, crashed into the sandbar. They were on a float and the float just got taken under. They were on the sandbar walking and the bank gave way. So there's multiple different stories of what actually happened. Obviously, we haven't spoken to the 2 that were involved that did make it out last night, but
the fire department
they're the ones who said that, they were on a boat, they were coming through, they hit that sandbar, and all 3 occupants of the boat got ejected. Again, 2 of them surfaced, 1 did not. So that's who we're out here searching for. But we are checking the banks. You guys can see, it looks like it gets pretty shallow out here. I'm not sure how far up we're going to be able to get. We may put the drone back up, change the batteries, and fly the drone down these banks. On this side, I am seeing like that log is sitting on the ground. That's not floating. That's on the ground. So we are going to watch ourselves going through here. But there's always that possibility that, he could have gotten pushed over this way. So we're going to keep searching. There was some impending weather coming our way. We're keeping an eye on that as well. Thankfully, with the cabin, we do have the ability, to search in all sorts of weather. Now, if it starts lightning and things like that, then obviously we'll need to probably get off the water pretty swiftly. But we're going to stay out here as long as we can. We are getting off the water. It is just shy of 8 o'clock right now. There is a storm rolling in. We started to hear the thunder, so we had to start to move and get off. We did search for about 6.5 hours, I think, today for the 20-year-old that went missing yesterday here in the Mississippi River, just north of Grafton, between Island 522 and Island 525. Again, he is about 6'4" with a slim to average build. He is wearing pink swim trunks. Now there are different varying stories about what actually happened, but we're going with the one that we were told by Orchard Farms Fire Department, which is 3 young men were on a boat. They came across, they hit a sandbar, and at that point, all 3 were ejected. Unfortunately, only 2 surfaced at that time. So we came to assist in helping see if we could locate the 3rd. Anyone in the area who has boats, jet skis, drones, if you have the ability to just walk the bank anywhere between Grafton, Illinois, all the way down to the Melvin Price Lock-in Dam, that would probably be our last stop if we were going to be searching for him any further than that. I highly doubt he would make it that far through the dam without being seen first. So again, he's about 6'4", slim to average build. Look for those pink swim shorts. Thank you to Orchard Farms Fire Department and their dive team, QEM Fire Department, Missouri State Highway Patrol, DNR. Everyone was out here today. I know there were a lot of people last night, just concerned citizens who just got on their boat last night and just came out to help. So thank you to everyone. Let's see if we can find this young man so his family can have some answers.